Hello everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Just wanted to let you know we finally got a capability of running auto trades from TradingView with Interactive Brokers. So this will work right now only for stocks and ETF. So I'm going to show you a quick demo how it works, just to give you a brush overview. I won't be releasing any of the code at this point, but if you just want to see in action, I'll gladly show it to you. So hold on as we transition to the screen. Alright, so let me show you. We've got two processes, two Linux shells running right now. As you can see, we also have our TradingView running with an alert I send out right here. I'll show you how that works as I run this. And then I'll also show you so it takes a little while because what it does is going to check through a couple of hundred emails. This is a test email, dedicated email on my virtual private server. And then here's our command right there. It's a buy for Apple right there. So that seems to work. It works pretty good. I have to tell you, a lot of the solutions out there really, this one's not the best either, but at least this one's open source and free. Or well, I've coded it up myself. Okay. So as I said, let's walk through how this process works. So right over here, we've got our TradingView latest version. Here's a sample strategy I use. I'm using Apple. It's close to the close of the market right now. So on the 20th of October, and basically what we do is we have our typical Pine script here, but this is what drives it all. This right here, the alert message. So this alert message is the one that enables you to send over some data. So I send over a quantity of the stock. That's the number of stocks I want to buy. Let's say if it's Apple. And I can put in my own TradingView ID to identify the strategy from the Pine script. It's very simple, pretty well. There's not a lot of intelligence to this. You just want to see it working. That's the main thing. Price type is not important. The close price not so important because that's going to be obviously logged through Interactive Brokers. It will be kind of out of sync, and then as defined in the parlance of TradingView, this is the actions, the buy or sell. Okay, so obviously I can expand that out if I want, but this is just a really basic, so I could turn that to a sell if I want, or a long, short, whatever I want to call it. So over here we've got two more shell scripts, consoles. These are now this is my Redis queue, okay? I would like to have put it into one Python script, but the way it's sampled out, I've got to have one process dedicated running the interactive queue and the interface to the Interactive Brokers Trader Workstation. This one here is the one that will check email. It has nothing to do with Flask. I'm going to make a comment about it. If you're trying to run your own web browser or web server solution, I think it can be really, well, I won't say it's unreliable. It's a real pain in the ass to work with as opposed to an email solution, because the email notifications that I'm doing, if you go under alert, you can see here there's numerous options in here. So there's only one option picked, is to send email. I don't use a webhook URL or any of the others. The unfortunate problem here with TradingView, it's only gives you an option to send alert emails to your main email in your settings. So it's only one email. So that's why I have now a dedicated TradingView email, and that's going to include all my correspondence for TradingView plus these web alerts as well. Okay. So it's a very simple process. So it kind of works. So coming back to here, So these two console apps are 100% Python. This one will check my email, and right now, as it says, not a lot of intelligence put into it. What it will do, it will just grab the last email and just take the command of the one quantity, buy, or the action, the buy, sell, and then the stock. And this can work, as I said, with ETF as well. I've tested it, looks pretty good. This TWS session, as you can see here, is my paper trading account. Okay, so looks pretty good there, and it works. So there's these two sessions. Now, this one will do a loop checking however many emails I want, and I could maybe overwhelm. I haven't really tested at a high throttle rate, but my style of trading is very low volume, like maybe not even 5 a week kind of thing. But that can quickly scale up, but it's still a really low volume compared to other operations, I guess. But because it's in Python, I have the ability to make it much more bulletproof and put a lot more intelligence coding in there. I could also, if I had a huge account with Interactive Brokers, I could put in portfolio optimization in this script here. So when that emails come in, and I'll check the last one. So the last one gets parsed, and the communication, if you haven't done communication with Python for emailing, it's a real nightmare. There's just so much data that has to be processed, plus it has to be parsed out properly to get just this data. It sounds simple. It's a lot of work to parse through just to get these parameters that you want to pass over. So once those get parsed up properly, the quantity, the buy signal or the action, buy or sell action, and then the stock, and again, or ETF. Once that's known, it will send over a push message, publish a message onto a Redis queue. That's why I like Redis, because it's very flexible to do many things. So this one's listening to incoming messages from this app right here. And what it will do is, once that message comes in, it will just basically send over these three parameters. And then this thing will get coded up, know what to parse out, and then send over to TWS as well. So the good thing about this is very flexible, because it's might code it up myself. A lot of flexibility here on top of, it's not just going to work for Interactive Brokers. I could code this up for any crypto exchange I want when I want to do crypto, build out my strategies in TradingView, and on any of these supported coins, in my case Kraken, and trade those, auto trade those based on any strategy I want, and use this same methodology I'm showing you and push it out onto Kraken. So I'm no longer tied to only the exchanges, crypto exchanges that are available. And being in Ontario, Canada, I really only have support for the Gemini, I think it is. That's it, and it's not a very good exchange. So I can keep everything as is and just use this methodology to push out market orders to my Kraken, which is really good. So there's that. So that's pretty well the high-level process of how this works. It's very flexible because I've coded it up, as I said. It could probably work on other assets and exchanges and brokers or whatever. So let me get over to myself, because I'm not narcissistic. Okay, so now you have somewhat seen this work, and let me just run again. Let me go back over. Just a lot of people are always thinking of smoke and mirrors. Again, so I've got this queue using Redis, pushing out orders to the TWS. This is going to collect all the emails and push the last one out. and then push that onto Redis. This thing picks it up, and then we'll send out the order to TWS. So if I bring in my TWS here, let me just show you here. So this is what starts it up. So this is a queue that just runs forever, I guess, theoretically. This one will go in and collect all the available alerts. So right now we've got 31 because I'm using 15 seconds to show you it runs. So it's collecting all the emails. And then very last one, I think it was around 40 or 50. There you go. So order came in, boom, there it is. Sent out the order to my Apple. I only use market orders for simplicity's sakes. I mean, you can go really sophisticated if you want to maintain open positions and all that, but I'm keeping this really a simple dummy kind of situation. So there's that. It works real nice. So now that you've seen it, it works. It's pretty well rock solid. The only thing I don't worry about is I can run everything now on my Linux system with the TWS, the Trader Workstation, with these two queues plus. This is why I'm with TradingView, because you get the support on Linux as well for TradingView, which is like, there's only two platforms that are rock solid platforms that are on Linux support, and that's TradingView now as well as MotoWave. So with that in mind, I'm pretty excited. So here's how I roll this out. As I said, this I'm not releasing the code yet. The only people I'm releasing the code to is to my members, my paying members. So if you want to know more on that, you got to get on my email list, quantlabs.net/books. That'll get you on my email, and you'll get to know all my stuff that I put out. And then this will be one of the main benefits of being a member. So now that I'm freed up from all this stuff, I can now go back to focusing on my strategies. I debuted one a couple of weeks ago on YouTube called Bunny G. That's a really good one. I've got another one in the works for a mean reverting. So mean reverting meaning, let me just show you, let's say Bitcoin here, US dollar. Okay, so let's say I want to watch, I don't know, 1 day worth of Bitcoin. We know it's kind of moving up, but during these phases here, this is where the mean reversion would kick in. Let's say if you want to do a 2-hour time frame, people say, well, how do I make money here? You can, but not as a human trader, because but you could kind of make money on the mean reverting strategy, developing something. And there's, as I said, there's so many of them available on look at them all, lots of them. So if, probably there is a strategy out of that lot too. So, oh, I'm sorry, let me go back. So yeah, I always forget to do this. So transitioning, going to the mean reverting, what I was referring to these moments along here, let me just show you the daily. In around here, these periods as well. So those can start to, you can take advantage of those with a mean reversion. So that's what I'm going to be doing with the future strategies coming out for TradingView. You'll be invited into them. Yeah, so you'll be invited into those strategies as a member. As you know, we've got really good calls on what's moving in the markets as well. I'm kind of, as of today, not really wanting to do stocks because of what's going on in the Mideast. But you look at oil, you look at gold, and other areas that you may not have thought of. I've shown them on my TradingView webinars on TradingView itself. So there's a lot of really exciting stuff coming down the pipes. And again, you're not limited and bound to TradingView if you can't auto trade. let me comment on all the other options out there for auto trading. They're very expensive. The services, the third-party services. I've checked. There was a good one. It looked like in out of India, but it's only good for Indian-related stock markets. So if you're from India, you may want to look into that. I tried another one called Trader Replay. I'm still waiting to get registered by them, but I think they're still sleeping. I don't know what's going on. So that threw that out. All the other options are very expensive. Ones were $85. They only allow you to have up to 10 strategies running. If you want more, then it's $170 per month. There are other solutions that would be billed by the number of webhooks you have, meaning if you go into an alert and then you use your webhook right there. So that's how they limit you. They limit you on how many positions you have, and it can get really expensive based on all that. Here, you're not limited. You're not limited one bit on the connections and the number of positions you have, or your strategies with the webhooks on it. So it's unlimited. I mean, not unlimited, but what your system can handle as well, using Trading Alert, and then using the coding in both these apps here. As I said, these ones, in this one, I'm sorry, this one. These two here are 100% Python. I don't take pride in the quality in one of them based upon the parsing, but you get to a point where you want to get it to work. You know what I mean? So it's working now, and as I said, it's even better than that. There's no limitations on top of the source code, enabling you to push out to other crypto exchanges other than the ones that you are limited to on from within TradingView. So it could be anyone that you want, Coinbase or, as I said, Kraken, or the other big ones left in the U.S. So, and it could be any of the other Asian ones, pretty well anyone, as long as you know. So there's that. So what are the disadvantages with this? The only one really is, the only disadvantage is when you have a web alert for, let's say, Bitcoin as a great example, and you, in my case, have it, that alert gets queued up to get sent out to Kraken, so there'll be a little delay on this to get sent to there. Now what I'm going to show you is all local on my system. Okay, so right here, once that email is sent out, oh, wrong one. So once that process is sent out to here, to this one, to the through via Redis, using publisher subscriber, it will turn around and then push out the order to TWS. So you saw how fast it was. I've shown it twice, so it's pretty instant, and it's all local. Okay, so there's that. One of the other, well, let me go over some of the provided solutions I put up last week on YouTube for using a web server. That's a no-go. It's not secure. Well, they'll tell you it's secure, but it may not be secure. Even though this is all local on my computer, I don't have to use a web server other than sending out emails to my own computer, my own system, a virtual private server, and that is sent out only to my, as I said, server. I don't promote that email. It's a dedicated email for TradingView, as I said earlier. Obviously, you don't promote that to avoid spamming, and just only one email, only for TradingView uses, including the web alerts. So that's an important info piece. But when it comes to the speed, it's very quick because it's sent to one server, comes out the same server, and it's within a couple of seconds, really. The big disadvantage is if you're going to do, let's say, Bitcoin, and you're on Bitstamp, and then you're going to take that signal via the webhook, or sorry, via the email notification, send it out through all this Python stuff, and then have it execute on Kraken. The only disadvantage here is there's going to be price discrepancy. So for instance, if let's say Bitcoin is at $32, so this is now on Bitstamp. So this is the data sources on, or the sources on Bitstamp. But if I go to BTC USD, let's see how much the discrepancy is of okay. The discrepancy would be, so let's say there's Coinbase, there's Binance, let's say on Kraken. So here's Kraken. Oh, hold on. Let me pull up this one here. BTC USD. We want this one. Please work. Okay. So the current price of then I got some data here I'm going to get rid of. There we go. So the current price is $29.59.5. So the difference here, you can see it right there. So the difference is going to be about $20. So if you send out a signal here from TradingView, and the data source is from, let's say, Bitstamp, and you send it through all this little infrastructure on Python to get executed on Kraken, you're going to have a discrepancy between the two prices. But the price movement should be the same, so it's not quite perfect. If you're trading on an hourly or 2, 3, 4 hour, it shouldn't make a difference. Once you go below an hour, even to the minute, because you can see here I'm on the 15-second, yeah, it can get pretty ugly with those discrepancies. So something I don't know if I'd recommend, but that's the only disadvantage there. In terms of Interactive Brokers, they'll be within a few seconds for those orders. Okay, so can this be done on Forex like Oanda and other Forex brokers? Theoretically, yes. The Forex brokers, depending upon which one, can be manipulated, as we all know. If they have a market desk, if it's on MetaTrader, yeah, I don't know if that's a good option, to be honest. To be honest, if you want a cleaner way to trade Forex, you might want to consider Interactive Brokers. I know some of the pairs on Oanda are not available on Interactive Brokers, but from what I'm seeing, you want to be with the big six anyways, because once you step outside of those, you will end up having some problems with spread cost. So factor that in as well if you want Forex. So going back to some of the other examples that I've shown through a web server, a lot of those samples that you see on YouTube are fairly complicated to set up. They're not secure. If you're using NG-ROC, that may get exposed somehow, could get hacked. So people have a way, especially hackers, have a way to use the webhook and the NG-ROC address that you provide. Hackers can get access to that, and then they get essentially access to your account on your exchange or broker, because now once they have that access to the URL of what's driving your orders live on the internet, you could run into all kinds of problems where they can manipulate those orders and drive down your account. It's been known to happen. In this way, you're a lot better protected with email. For them to hack, they have to know what they're hacking. So if only you know the email that you provide to TradingView, as long as you don't promote that or publicize that, you should be okay. And it's a lot more secure. I mean, you can go pretty sophisticated on email security as well. And again, you have the extra security checks with the Python available. Right now, I just keep my end really simple. But as I get bigger, obviously, I'll have to kind of worry about stuff like that. But I think email notifications are a lot more secure than the web URL, because you're a lot more exposed out there on the internet. So do consider that. So this all works fine and dandy. As I said, if you want to know more info, just go to quantlabs.net/books. I'm pretty excited with this, that it works. It works on Linux, works with Python, makes life a lot easier. Another project I did see was in .NET, specifically VB, Visual Basic, C#. That one looked okay. Again, I find a lot of the coding can be just wonky, and you got to debug it, figure out what's doing. And the time it took me to code this up on my own using email was a lot faster than looking at a third-party solution. Obviously a lot more reliable because I know it, and I'm not dependent upon other services that like the one out of Finland I talked about, Trader Replay. Still waiting to get registered. So imagine what the support's like if you have a problem, because this is mission critical stuff. These are your live orders, your auto trading piece. So this is really important to secure and lock down. And there's a lot of the questionable stuff on the third parties. They said they can get very pricey, they nickel and dime you. You don't have any of that here. That's pretty well it, what I want to show you. I'm kind of happy to do this. If you want to know more, to get the code and all that, become a member, quantlabs.net/books, to figure out more about this. And it's a really programming technique. So I would say you have to be okay with Python. I'll probably provide a coding walkthrough, but if you've seen the coding walkthroughs on all the other videos, they're no different. This one's a lot easier because there's less coding. But it's all tied back to what I've done over the last few years anyway. So if you already know about that, then you're good to go. All right, so I'm happy to know this. I'm happy. Oh, one other thing. So you could have TradingView running anywhere. On another desktop, on your laptop. It could be on a remote server, a dedicated web hosting server, locally. And then from within that TradingView desktop app, like this one that you're looking at, like this one here, that can run anywhere. And because it's just sending out alerts to let me see here. Let me go to this one. So again, alert. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah, so you can run that app anywhere, and then you just have your other Python processes running anywhere, and as well as your TWS locally with the Python as well. So as I said, all the apps you're seeing on here are on Linux, and I'd rather be on Linux than being on Mac or Windows, because all the big companies like Microsoft and Apple, they're snooping now on your computers. They are now able to track what you're doing on your computers. Okay, so it's all the more reason you want to be on an open source Linux solution. Like in my case, I'm on Linux Mint. It's open source, so there's gonna be no snooping at all. Okay, so I just want to let you know that as well. But it's pretty exciting to have this working. And thanks for watching. I know it's been a long one, but it's been a long haul over 8-9 days to get to this point. Coding this up was very easy. Coding it up with one of the working solutions was not a problem. But as I said, TradingView had a weird bug, and it looks like it is a bug. So that took a couple of months to figure out, as my last bug was reported a few months ago. It took about 3 months for them to fix. So I expect that. And this is your better solution now to get working instead of waiting around. So I would have had this done a lot faster, but I went down all these different rabbit holes. But I learned them all. Yeah, so that's pretty well that. I know I'm trying to wrap it up here. Yeah, So, okay, one question that may come up is why does TradingView not allow auto trading within TradingView? I said this in a podcast, so not very many people would have heard it. I don't think you'll ever see auto trading with TradingView. Reason being is they first started hooking up live brokers, like Interactive Brokers, namely, 2 years ago. Okay, so 2 years it's been in the making that you can manually trade with Interactive Brokers, but to do auto trading, it would put them beyond top of the class of what they're doing. But I think it's more regulatory. That's why you'll never see that feature. And the reason for that is, so let's say if TradingView wanted to allow auto trading Interactive Brokers in the US. So that's all fine and good, but I'm sure one of the regulators like the SEC or whoever will come down on them for whatever reason. So they're not going to put themselves at risk for that. That's how I see it with the craziness of all the finance industry regulators out there, especially thanks to crypto. And because they're so friendly to crypto along with Forex, it just opens up a floodgate of problems for Interactive Brokers. So I don't think you'll ever see auto trading on TradingView. I'd like to be surprised. I'd love to be surprised, but I don't think you'll see it. So there's that. Think about it. It's been 2 years since they provided any solution. That's why they have the web hook URL little feature in the alerts. And because of that, right here, this web hook URL. So that's what they're providing as like a halfway point, and they leave it up to you to figure that out to get working. So here's my solution among all the other ones that I've already explained. And I know there's a huge demand for it because there's in the millions and millions of people using TradingView. I don't know. I've heard from 5 million per month. I think TradingView itself said 50 million a month, all the way up to if you go on a similar web, it'll be like reporting 150 million users. I've seen as high as 175 million. So the auto trade is going to be massive demand, massive. And as it stands right now, a lot of them are not that great, to be honest. And this one, it's simple, it's more secure, it's 100% within your control, your environment, your own server. So, and it's open source because, well, hey, it's here. So it's all there. So again, if you want to learn more about the access to it, just give me an email or just go over to quantlabs.net/books, get signed up there, and you'll get into my email, and then you'll get all my contact from there. Other than that, thanks for watching. Have a good day.